Oh, let us look at intergroup relationships, the social and cultural relations. What we mean is when they all came together. Socially, what happened? Culturally, what happened? That's all we are coming to look today. And then the objective is by the end of the lesson, we should have knowledge on the social and cultural life of ethnic groups. And then social and cultural relations. Let's see. The local people of Ghana live according to tribes and ethnic groups. These groups have their own way of life or culture. However, the way of life of one group influences the way of life of another group. The ethnic groups in the northern of Ghana, for example, the Gonja, Dagomba, Mamprisi, introduced the Islamic religion to the local people. This gave the local people another religion to practice. Now, this is what we mean. When they all came together, they learned from each other. Now, those who were there, when they wake up, they will kill a fowl, pour the blood on the stone, say one or two words, they have finished worship. They do it once a day, once a week, once a month, once a year. But they realize that the new people who have come, they wake up in the morning, then they do this. Then they do this in the afternoon. They do this again in the evening. Allahu Akbar. So they started learning from them. That gave them another what? Religion. And then there's another one. The language of various Guan ethnic group was also affected. Let's start the example. Someone from America comes to Ghana. You see those people, they speak the English. Rich. How are you? They speak fast, you cannot even hear anything. But when they come to Ghana and stay here for a long time, you see that they will be speaking it slow so that we can hear. We have affected the way the person is speaking, so now the person speaks slow. The same way when you live here and you leave Ghana and go to America. 4 or 5 years, you'll be speaking English. You won't even hear anything. So the way they behave has affected the way you are also speaking. So as the group moved from one place to another, they met other groups of people. The Guans along the coast, like the Futu and the Hutu, speak languages that have been influenced by other tribes. The Gonjas found in the Bunu area also speak languages similar to that of the local people. And then there were marriages among the different ethnic groups. So when they came together, they married different tribes. For example, an Akan man can marry someone who is an Ewe. An Ewe man can marry someone who is a Kobo. You can check, ask your dad which ethnic group he belongs to and ask your mom. You can see that there are differences. It started long time ago. So people from one ethnic group will marry someone from a different ethnic group. The story of Dode Akaibi is an example. She was a princess of Ubutu in the Ewutu ethnic group. She was a princess. Now, she was given out in marriage to a king of the Gas, which is called Mampong Ukai. So, Dode Akaibi was given to marry to Mampong Ukai of the Gas. Different tribes. Okay. Now, she later became the leader of the Gas when her husband died. She also reduced the authority of the king. So some of the things that she did when she came to power, when her husband died, then he came to power. But she reduced the authority of the king. She reduced the power of the Wulomo, that's the traditional priest, to spiritual matters only. So the traditional priest should deal with spiritual matters only. Shouldn't come to unless they come and disturb us there. And then it is believed that she introduced the sitting on stools in the kingdom. So people, when the king sits, they will be sitting on a stool. They believe that she introduced it in their kingdom. Some will be sitting on skin, but she introduced the sitting on stool. Through this inter-ethnic marriages, there existed peaceful relationship among different ethnic groups because they became family. How do you fight your family member? That is what happened. Now, the people of Adansi in the Akan ethnic group are believed to be the first to put up buildings. This is how come they got their name Adansi. So from Adansi, building houses. So the other groups also learn to put up building to live in. The one ethnic group learned to come together and to choose their leaders. Now, even though they were first settlers in Ghana, they could not form a strong state. This is because they didn't have strong leaders. So, because they were first here, but they didn't have strong leaders, so they couldn't build kingdom. As we had the Ashanti kingdom and then Dincha kingdom, the baby kingdom, they didn't have a leader. There's one particular person too. The name is Togbe Siri. Togbe Siri. Now, Togbe Siri II of the Angra state also united all the Angra people living in different places. So he let them come together, that he unites all of them. Now he allowed his people to wear European made clothing. So before then we were wearing kente cloth, some people were not wearing anything on top, but he allowed them to wear European clothing like the one that I'm wearing, the one that you are wearing. So he allowed them to introduce it. He allowed his people to wear European clothing during the time he reigned. There were some groups of people who chose to live in highlands areas to protect themselves from being attacked by other groups. For example, the Ikwapim and the Akwemu. So they decided to live in highlands areas. Now when they are at the top and then enemies are coming, they will see them first. They will start what? Attacking them. It is safer. That's why they chose there. Now, our last slides, let us look at some of the social things that went on. You can see that these people are getting married. So that's what they marry different tribes. And then kinship and kings to start forming kings. So they choose leaders. Some people chose leaders. Some people didn't have leaders, so they couldn't form a strong kingdom. So these are some of the things that took place during their time. That will be the end of this class. We will meet in another one. Bye bye.